So this is a really cool thing. Obviously, everybody knows that we have a Stadium Series game coming up on Saturday, February 18th, with Carolina Hurricanes. We'll be playing the hated Washington Capitals, but they got nothing on the real hatred, the real rivalry, because 2 days later, few hours after the Hurricanes alumni plays an outdoor game for their alumni game, we get NC State versus UNC club hockey outdoors. All right, I've got Jeff Volkman from UNC, Tim Healy from NC State. I'm going to start with the home team here. Carter Finley Stadium is your home rink now. Tim, when did the Hurricanes, how did this whole thing happen? You guys are going to get to play an outdoor game.
Part of the conversation a couple of years ago when it first got launched, and then obviously it got backburnered with COVID. And we've just always been in Shane Willis's ear, the director of youth hockey for the big Carolina Hurricanes, saying we want this. And little did we know, and we really only found this out over the last couple of months, the university was helping push our cause too behind the scenes to make sure if that ice was going to be extended past the outdoor game, right, that we were going to be part of it. And obviously for crowd purposes, you want your rival there on the ice with you. So obviously having UNC was a no-brainer, which means for the second time this year, I will guarantee you that NC State and UNC outdraws a Arizona Coyotes home game.
Oh, so I know you guys have already played at PNC Arena because I thought I heard the audio during a Hurricanes game. It's a total inside baseball story, but I have heard the audio of some of your games. So, Jeff, when you found out that this was a possibility, I mean, just give me your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, just the opportunity for these kids, it's once in a lifetime. So, what a special thing. I'm just going to have a big smile out there for the whole event. These kids, being up from the north, playing outside, growing up, a lot of these kids haven't had that opportunity. They eliminate a lot of outdoor rinks, and obviously just being at center stage at a huge stadium is just, brings it to another layer. So we couldn't be happier and more proud of I'm thankful that we have this opportunity.
All right, let me start this one with Jeff Volkman, who's the head coach of UNC Hockey, and the hashtag not very creative, UNC Hockey. It's not like Ice Pack for NC State. So explain, and I want you to jump in on this too, Tim. Explain for people who just their whole frame of reference for college sports is scholarship athletes, tons of stuff provided. Explain what your players have to do to be able to play at this level.
Yeah, I mean, they endure a lot. The players we recruit, obviously have NCAA opportunities at the Division III level. We're obviously looking for those kids that, want to be a part of Vision, to grow our program and dominate at this level and at the national title and at some point dominate the Division III in terms of talent. So, our guys are very academically focused. They're choosing in lieu of going to a Division III program to come here for academic reasons, obviously. But, they have to endure a lot. We don't get the resources that the varsity programs get. The guys are really tied into the fundraising on and off the ice. So, it's grueling from the physical aspect and the training and the resources there to on ice, how many times we get to be on ice during the week and so forth. So these guys really have to step up. It's a lot harder, but it really gets the guys to come to the rink.
Yeah. And I think you talk about going through, I think Jeff and I, let's make no bones about it. Jeff and I have a lot of respect for each other and I like Jeff. But institutionally, the rivalry is there, and I look forward to going to all Dave Doran mode after the game with maybe a solo cup and a cigar out by the wolf statues. But, Jeff and I, the hardest thing we have to deal with is actually finding student athletes that can get into our institutions. Once I think both of us, once student athletes get into NC State or UNC, they come to our schools and have a great experience. And a far better experience, frankly, than you would on the Division III level. I mean, we average over 1,000 people a game. You're going to see our third jersey drop tomorrow for the Stadium Series, which, frankly, Love the Canes, but they missed the assignment on this one. You're going to see that we nailed the assignment. Again, our guys and Jeff's guys, they have a far better experience than I think if going and playing Division III once we can get them into the school.
Right. So UNC, Jeff, are you guys going to have a third jersey, or are you just wearing normal colors?
No, indeed. We're already locked in. We're going a complete whiteout.
Oh, very nice. Oh, white pants.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Very, very nice. For full disclosure, because I've already talked about the Hurricanes Stadium Series jersey. It's the one that they were planning on wearing. What was it? 2 years ago, 3, whatever it was. They've had it. They didn't change it. It's the same one. I kind of like it's clean. Could they have done something really super creative? Maybe. But I think they've run out of creative ideas. We saw what their reverse retro jersey was this year. It would still be the white jersey in red, which, frankly, I think is better than even the black jersey.
I'll tell you what, my wife for the reverse retro for years has been calling for the Whalers jersey with the Canes logo. Now, that would be an awesome reverse retro. So if you're hearing out there in Canes land, get it done for Mary Ellen Healy, please.
All right, well, duly noted. All right, which one of your teams is better? We'll start with you, Tim.
Look,
come on.
After a winning streak that lasted basically the length of my firstborn child, UNC did get us twice in the fall. So, I'll give them credit for the belt for the fall, but I like how we're playing right now. We're on a 5-game win streak, including beating a top 5 team in the country out in St. Louis to come back off a break. So I really like how we're playing now. We had 14 guys that are first or second year players, and we took our growing pains in the first semester, including to Jeff's team. But I think they're acclimated and we're rolling right now.
Jeff?
Yeah, undoubtedly we're the best team in the ice this year. So sorry, Tim. He likes to bring up the past, and I don't blame him. They had a nice run, but the tides are turning a little bit. We have a nice 5-game win streak. They've got a really nice win streak going as well. So I think the fans are teed up to see a really good matchup. Very objectively, it can go either way. Both very talented teams, and we have, from top to bottom, great kids, and should be a good event for the fans.
All right, let me ask Tim Healy, NC State head coach, by the way, hashtag IcePack. You already won the hashtag battle here, hands down. Does UNC get all the calls in hockey too?
I don't think so. I think if you look at our score sheets after the game, the amount of penalties are pretty even when it's said and done. I think Jeff likes to work the refs a little bit more. He comes out, maybe we play good cop, bad cop when we're out there against them. I think Jeff goes a little bit more bad cop on them. I go a little bit more good cop. You got to play off your opponent and what they're doing. My predecessor, Mike Gazzilla, who is great, he definitely went at them a little bit harder than I did. But I think they all balance out in the end.
That was way too level-headed an answer. Your fans are already going, no, UNC gets all the calls. I've just watched 2 basketball games where UNC went to the free throw line 1 billion times and the other team went negative times.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. Hopefully that'll change at PNC the day after the outdoor game.
I am making
insanity.
I am making no editorial comment about that. I was just pointing it out that your fans, State's fans, believe that UNC gets all the calls, but UNC doesn't think that. They believe that the other teams get all the calls and that they get none.
That's the entitlement institutionally that UNC, we get out of that.
All right, so I don't know if you heard this yesterday, Jeff, but Armando Bacot mentioned that he had an astrology lab, which I found funny because I can't imagine that there's a lab for astrology. I'm guessing.
I just find it funny. UNC basketball players are going to classes now.
Oh, my God.
That's progress.
All right. Jeff, you want to respond to that?
We're just going to win national championships.
Settle it on the court. Settle it on the ice. I could not be more excited for both of you guys to be able to stand behind the benches and watch your sides go at it. It'll be on Monday, 7 o'clock, February 20th, NC State hosting UNC, Carter Finley Stadium, an outdoor game in club hockey. Just tremendous. Have a good time. I just hope you guys both have a great time. I hope you both win. I can't even. I have no idea what I just said. Thank you very much for doing this, and we'll check in again because I'm going to want to talk to you again as we get closer.
Thanks, Adam.